Hey friends, let's take a look at this DNA structure drag and drop and make sure we know what we're supposed to know about the structure of DNA. Which of these words goes with it? So DNA, carbs, no, that's sugar, that's instant energy. Lipids, that's long-term energy storage. Proteins, that's proteins. Nucleic acid, that's the N and the A in DNA. So let's highlight that guy. And then the monomer, the building block, nucleus, nucleotide DNA again. So let's highlight that guy. Oh, cool, I chose that color. Nucleotide parts. Miss Calenda is trying to trick us on this one. A sugar, all of these guys, sugars, phosphate, nitrogen base. The sugar phosphate backbone of the DNA, the twisted ladder, and the nitrogen base, we'll talk in a while. The nitrogen base is the actual code part of DNA. What is the sugar? It's deoxyribose. That's the sugar in my DNA. I guess I'm sticking with green here. Number of strands. DNA, everyone knows DNA is triple stranded. No, wait. No, it's not. It's double stranded. So let's highlight that guy. What are the four nitrogen bases? A, boop, T, boop, C, and G. Those are my nitrogen bases, and they pair up in a very specific way. So how can you remember? I think of apple tree go-kart. How can you remember A goes with T, C goes with G? Apple tree go-kart is a good way. Si tienes Mesa Garcia, es tu profe. Como te recuerdas que A pairs with T y C con G. The DNA shape is a double helix. So let's tell ourselves that. We've known that for a while now. Let's do the drag and drop real quick. Move, Marshall. The two types of nucleic acids. There's DNA and then there's RNA, and they're very, very similar. But we'll talk about how they're different. The function of DNA, it instructs the cells how to make proteins, and it's sort of like my storage. DNA stays at home. It's RNA that actually is the working nucleic acid. That's the actual code, and everyone knows. Everyone knows about DNA. No one gives RNA its props. Here we go. So let's say here's my sugar. It's a 5-carbon sugar. This is my nucleotide. All three of them together make up a nucleotide. The sugar, the phosphate group. That's this guy, and then the nitrogen base, the actual code. And don't forget, apples go on trees and go karts. Boop and boop. There you go. So it's a phosphate sugar backbone. Just real quick, how many nucleotides are in this picture? Well, all three of these things, the sugar, the phosphate, and the nitrogen base, make up a nucleotide. So here's a nucleotide. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side, and since DNA is double-stranded, 4 on this side, 4 on that side. There's 8 nucleotides. So nucleotides is something that you're going to want to make sure you know. It's a building block, but this building block also has 3 separate parts to it. But the building block of DNA is a nucleotide, and those are the functions of DNA. Plus this new nucleic acid we'll talk about, RNA. I hope this is helpful. Pause if you need to, and go back and watch if you need to. Bye. Boop.